Welcome in. We're beginning tonight with some breaking news out of New York. 4 people are dead, including a police officer, after a shooting inside an office building on Park Avenue.
Shooter is also dead. Police say he drove through Colorado on Saturday on his way from Las Vegas all the way to Manhattan. Investigators have identified him as 27-year-old Shane Tamura. They say he walked into the lobby of a building housing the offices of major financial firms, even the NFL, and then opened fire. Then he went to the 33rd floor, fired off more rounds. Police say he killed a 36-year-old police officer, an immigrant from Bangladesh who had 2 young children and another on the way. The 3 other victims are civilians, and then police say the shooter turned the gun on himself. They have not released any possible motive, but say he had a documented mental health history. We're keeping a close eye on this breaking news story tonight. We'll bring you more on air and online at 9news.com. Just 2 weeks before school set to start, a charter school in Centennial is closing.
Parents found out in an email Friday night, and now they're scrambling. 9 News reporter Spencer Soysher is here now. Spencer, the school blames financial issues, but the timing is the thing that really has parents and teachers understandably upset.
Yeah, on Friday morning, Colorado Skies Academy posted on Facebook about back to school night on August 7th. No indication here school was done for good. And then they sent out a message later Friday night saying the school would not open at all this year. And as you can expect, parents are not happy about the notice.
My son, Connor, is extremely passionate about aviation. Like, it's just in his blood.
If your kid's into flying, it seems like a decent idea to send him to an aviation and aerospace-focused school.
I think he was going to wake up in 2 weeks and be like, I want to go to school. He was super genuinely excited for the first time.
Aaron Hess's 6th grader is not going to Colorado Skies Academy in Dove Valley. She found out at 8:15 Friday night.
Dear parents and guardians, it is with heavy hearts that we share the difficult news that Colorado Skies Academy will not open for the 2025-26 school year.
In this business, we call an email like that a Friday evening news dump. Big bad news at a time when it may be less noticed.
So about 16 days before the first day of school, they posted in the morning, come join us for back to school night. They send an email in the evening saying, sorry, there's going to be no school at all.
The school's full website and Facebook are now down, but the warning signs may have been there.
Colorado Skies Academy has struggled to establish its footing and move from a startup model to a steady state model.
Colorado Skies Academy started in 2019 and was part of the Cherry Creek School District until this year. Cherry Creek says Colorado Skies Academy asked to be released from their district to join the Charter School Institute. At a 2024 school board meeting, a board member was concerned about how the school could keep the doors open.
The numbers are much the same as last year, and we're concerned the school won't even be financially viable through the end of this school year.
Aaron wants to know how soon they knew.
To turn off the lights all at once is just tragic.
And she's got just 2 weeks before school was supposed to start to find a school for Connor.
Pulling the rug out from under us at the 11th hour is just terrible.
We reached out to Colorado Skies Academy and the Charter School Institute today to try to get more clarity on this and find out when they knew they were going to close the school. We didn't hear back from either of them. Erin says they had a bad experience at their neighborhood school. Now she says her son is on a bunch of wait lists in schools in Cherry Creek and in Douglas County. Spencer Soysher, 9 News.
Well, these folks had the right idea today, cooling off at Soda Lake in Morrison. So we reached near record temperatures. If the heat isn't your thing, don't worry. Kathy Sabin says relief is on the way. Hopefully sooner than later, because it's just been hot.
It has, and I know it's July, and we're used to highs near 100, and we've seen that for the last 3 days, but a little relief would be nice, and it's coming sooner rather than later. Temperatures out there are still in the 70s and 80s this hour. A very mild evening after a high of 97. We just missed that record of 100 degrees, but 31 days now with 90 or better, so on pace to beat the average number and maybe head into record territory in terms of one of the warmer summers on record. Also monitoring the wind, which has been increasing, so elevated fire danger always a concern when you have gusty thunderstorms with wind and lightning. Severe threat is well to the north and east of us, but there is a line of storms on the I-76 corridor, part of a weak front that's coming in that will bring temperatures down out of the 90s into the 80s tomorrow. It's the second front we're tracking for tomorrow night that will bring in the moisture for what could be heavy rain showers on Wednesday and Thursday. A very mild evening coming up here. Not the best sleeping weather with temperatures in the 70s, but after the summer heat that we've seen to start the week, a big cool down is coming and also some heavy rain potential. We'll talk all about that with your extended forecast coming up.
Slowly but surely, I built myself back up to where I'm able, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm still probably about 12 pounds down. I'm gonna get that right. I'm gonna fill these overalls up like no other. But it has been a tremendous journey, and I'm truly thankful that God is so good. God is so good. You have no idea.
Coach Prime is opening up about the health issues that kept him from his team during the offseason. Deion Sanders announced today that he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of bladder cancer. After surgery, his oncologist considers him cured, and the 57-year-old says he's ready to lead the Buffs in the upcoming season. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now. Rachel, Deion's diagnosis is leading to other conversations about getting care.
Yeah, Deion is urging people to get checked out if something with their health feels off. But doctors say for Black men, that message goes a lot deeper.
But please get yourself checked out, especially African-American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with a doctor. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all, y'all. Get checked out.
He is the voice for people to have that impetus to go out and do it. And I love it because hopefully people will listen to that message.
As Coach Prime shares his diagnosis and treatment of bladder cancer, Dr. Ozzie Granardo hopes people hear it. He knows the data. Black men are less likely to seek out preventative health care. The Tuskegee experiments and decades of racism left many distrustful of the healthcare system. Granardo says that's led to a disparity.
There are studies that show docs who are treating patients for the exact same condition with the same background, when they are looking at a black patient versus a white patient, the black patient has gotten in some of these studies less care, or less appropriate care, or less aggressive care than what they should get, which is incredibly problematic.
Granardo says Deion Sanders sharing his bladder cancer diagnosis with the world may be a step forward toward rebuilding that trust, starting by getting Black men to the doctor.
That bladder cancer is less likely to happen in Black men, but much more harmful and found later on than any other group. Too often, people are left behind in the care that they get because the diagnosis comes too late.
Granardo says Coach Prime is lucky. Other medical testing caught the cancer. Treatment leading him to a cure.
And I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on.
Hopefully people will find it in themselves to actually come out and get screened and talk about these things.
Dr. Granardo is urging people to find a provider you trust. If you don't have access to care, consider a free clinic like the one the Center for African American Health does on Tuesday evenings. He says it's critical to catch issues early on before they can become serious. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
New tonight, we now know the name of a man found dead in Rocky Mountain National Park this summer. The National Park Service says he was 40-year-old Stephen Noto, a man from Western New York. The Larimer County coroner used dental records to identify him. The 12-year-old boy found his remains near the Alpine Ridge Trail last month. The coroner believes he died in late November. Now, at this point, they don't believe there's anything suspicious about his death, but they say they couldn't determine the exact cause.
CPW is trying to kill another wolf now, or wolves, in a problematic pack. This is according to a letter 9 News Investigates got a hold of. CPW has already captured and released the so-called Copper Creek pack because of their attacks on livestock. And with those attacks continuing, CPW killed one of the wolves back in May. And now it looks like CPW might have to again. There's been another attack in Pitkin County. We got a copy of a document showing the Holy Cross Cattlemen's Association asked CPW for a kill permit. CPW denied that application because they're apparently working on it themselves. The agency's efforts started July 20th.
CSP is investigating a crash between a freight train and a pickup truck. It happened northeast of Platteville earlier this evening. State troopers say the train hit the back of the pickup as the truck was going west on County Road 38 near Highway 85. Only the driver was in the truck and they suffered some minor injuries. They were cited for disregarding a stop sign at a railroad crossing. That crossing has warnings, but no gates.